Thank you for joining Wars of the Rosies as we continue with Lesson 7, The Hem of His Garment, of International Esoteric and Illuminated Bible Lessons by R. Swinburne Clymer. International Esoteric Bible Lessons, prepared for the Sunday schools of the Church of Divine Illumination. Matthew 9, chapter 14, 26 verse. Golden text, if I may but touch the hem of his garment, I shall be whole. Explanation of lesson. We find Jesus very successful in his teaching in this lesson. His power is increasing, and as we study his character closely in this lesson, we learn the secret of his success, also of his power. Understanding. Everyone who came to know him, Jesus knew. When the Pharisees came clad in purple and fine linens, Jesus read beneath all outward covering, all pretense. No evil was too thick for him not to see through. He read the soul. When the sinners came, he read in like manner. He knew the sick soul from the self-righteous soul. The sick soul stands for a chance of getting well, of being healed, but the soul wise in its own conceit and self-righteousness is far worse than the common, everyday sinner, for it shuts itself out, blinded by its own illusions, while the ordinary sinner is blinded by these sins and temptations. The Pharaoh's soul is greedily absorbed itself while the other is searching for the reality for which it is starving and suffering. And Jesus knew, Jesus loved, Jesus understood. Verse 14, Then came to him the disciples of John, saying, Why do we and the Pharisees fast oft, but thy disciples fast not? Verse 15, And Jesus said to them, Can the children of the bridesmaid mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? But the day will come when the bridegroom shall be taken from them, and they shall fast. Question. What does fasting mean? Answer. To fast is to do without, to refuse to take or eat food. They fasted as a duty to their religion. They were without the bridegroom, the soul, the Christ. Jesus here does not refer to the material fasting, but to the spiritual. They did not know what he meant because they did not understand him. They were material and mental and understood only the material and mental laws. With Jesus and the disciples, they had the Christ, the bridegroom, and need not fast. But the scribes and Pharisees had him not, and fasted. Verse 16. In this verse we understand what the whole garment must be made new. The spiritual cannot fit into the material any more than the material can fit into the spiritual. This means that the body, as well as the soul, must be purified, cleansed, made new. Verse 17. This verse is a symbol of the body and soul. If we keep the old sinful body always full of sin, it cannot hold to the spiritual soul, and the Christ cannot hold to the sinful body. But they put the new wine or soul into new bottles or purified bodies, and both were preserved. Verse 18. While he spoke these things unto them, behold, there came a certain ruler, and worshipped him, saying, My daughter is even now dead, but come and lay thy hand upon her, and she shall live. This man came and worshipped him, believing in him and trusting him. Question. What vibrations were in motion? Answer. Life and love. The Father loved much. He also loved Jesus, and Jesus loved much and understood. Do you know that each time Jesus raised the dead, the currents of love were concentrated and only transferred? The Father only desired life and love, and Jesus knew the power of love, that it would restore life. It gives life and can restore. Love is a builder. Love can never destroy a soul. Love builds, saves, creates, protects. Love is always safe. Verse 19. Jesus never once refused when help was asked. He followed the man, and so did his disciples. Verse 20. And behold, a woman, which was diseased with an issue of blood 12 years, came behind him and touched the hem of his garment. Verse 21. For she said within herself, if I may but touch the hem of his garment, I shall be whole. The vibration of faith and love touched this woman, and within herself, or her soul, she realized if she but possessed even a touch of absolute purity and truth, she would be whole. Verse 23. It was customary in those days for the people to make a great demonstration of grief over the dead. They had a place set apart, which was called the dwelling place of the Jews, and people were hired by the mourners to assist them in giving proper feeling and demonstration to their grief. And when Jesus came into the ruler's house and saw the minstrels and the people making noise, verse 24, he said unto them, give place, for the maid is not dead but sleepeth. And they laughed him to scorn. Their vibrations of display, which supported death, were broken. Verse 25. And when the people were put forth, he went in and took her by the hand, and the maid arose. And we will all arise from the dead, from the sinful soul and body, if we but allow the Christ Spirit to touch us. If we become subjected to his will, he will come and take us by the hand and lift us to truth and life. If I may but touch the hem of his garment, I shall be whole. If we but come near enough to Christ and truth, even though only the hem touches us, we shall be whole. One small desire will lift us and draw us nearer, and then we may be of good comfort, for we have accepted a part of him. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Rosies. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.